I'm sure there are plenty of very good questions, including about mindful eating. But we should move on to the next presentation to make sure we have time for questions for all. So let's move forward to Marie Davidová, who will be sharing ideas about more than human perspectives in co-design. Marie, yeah.
Hello, my name is María Davidová. There is also Hanane Behnam and Claudia Valverde. Can you show your face, girls, so everybody sees you?
I am having some internet problems right now, Marie. So if I connect my camera, but I can try.
Shame.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hanane Behnam, and one of the Marie's students. Yeah.
She's not my student. She is my research associate.
My researcher, yes.
She's also a PhD student, of course. So I will share my screen. So I want to acknowledge that this is the student work. So I was the studio leader. Hanane and Claudia were my research associates in this studio. And this work has been done by Nikolina Grgurovic, Linnea Herlevi, Fatma Sultan Belli, Dorian Zinder, Lorenzo Bortone, Diego Juarez, and Nanis Gado. Just before I start, I need to apologize that some of the slides are same from the previous presentation because it's about the same project, but we will dig deeper into gigamapping here. So don't think that it's the same presentation. So what we are doing is modern human adaptation of urban environment. So we adapt the cities for co-living with other species. And the way how we are working is that first, and in this case, it's students. The students design their minimap, their own universe about the course, about the modern human adaptation of urban environment. They create a minimap of their own universe. When they create this minimap, they present it to each other, which means that they start to understand that everybody has different universe, which they often are not realizing that everybody is thinking a bit different. This generates an empathy and understanding amongst each other, and they start co-creating this gigamap. They start relating amongst each other and design synergetic proposal. This synergetic proposal is full-scale prototype and built within the real-life environment, which I call the real-life co-design laboratory. And that's where the real co-design really happens because it's interacted by all agents which are in the real-life environment. It can be eaten, inhabited, or even vandalized, whatever. It's interactive. And this is reflected, and that's how we work in feedback loops, get back to minimapping, gigamapping, and full-scale prototyping again. So let's get to gigamapping. Gigamapping was started by Berger-Sevalson. First paper about gigamapping is from 2011, but we started that time his students in 2006. And this is the example of one beautiful minimap of one personal universe of Nikolina. This is another minimap. So you can see these minimaps can be very simple and diagrammatic, and they can be very general and sometimes very detailed about personal agendas. This is another minimap, a little bit more complex and a little bit more messy. That's beautiful. This is a bit more organized minimap. So these minimaps can be different, but this is approximately the size of the minimap of the personal universe that is then placed into Gigamap. These gigamaps are reorganized. These minimaps are spread into certain clusters of topics, and they are interrelated. When the students do that, they do that online in Miro. And when the students do that, we invite stakeholders for co-design workshop. First, these gigamaps are organized, they are printed out, and these stakeholders are quite easily finding their spots of their intervention. So this is, for instance, an ecologist intervening about the biodiversity. What is important here? We also work with physical objects, with tangible objects, and that is very important because the stakeholders understand what we are talking about. Everybody wants to touch something when we discuss our interventions, which are very physical. So this is another example. So this is how this looks like. And then we approach the real life co-design laboratory. This is where we install the installation that is supporting modern human environment. It offers birds, bats, and insects habitats. But that was the previous presentation about. And this is the Gigamap. This is the final Gigamap that is organized already, and that's for exhibition purposes. Just to mention, Gigamaps are about the process, and they are getting messy. In our case, they are oscillating from messy to organized stage for different interaction. And the final one is organized for exhibition purposes. And for us, the exhibition is also a process because it is the communication, and it is part of the interaction with the real life environment. So this is exhibited. I will just dive into this Gigamap. You can see that lot of has been reduced from the original one when there are more topics, and that is also because of the exhibition purposes, and also because the students more dive into the production phase. So I will just dive. This is, yeah, okay, it's working. So this is the site analysis where the students at the beginning analyzed the sites. They analyzed the sun orientation so that the modules are not overheating or overheating. Some species like overheating. These are the modules. This is the biodiversity analysis. The students analyzed local biodiversity, what is actually in the environment, and what are our inhabitants. This is the material. I would like to mention we work with responsive wood. It is the wood that reacts to relative humidity and temperature, and therefore it warps. And because it's warping, the modules generate different climates in different modules, and the larger diversity of the climates, the larger biodiversity. So that's just to put it simple. We would have to, I could make separate lecture about that. These are just the notes from the co-design workshops, which were very important for the students, what has been updated to the Gigamap from the stakeholder. And this is the production which is very intensive towards the end of the semester, because the students really need to realize the modules and put them on the wall. So this is it. And for the exhibition purposes, the students also created this synthesis map where they made the explanation of the project, who we are, the explanation of the project, what is it about, with the direction where the people find it, and the drawings, because it's architecture students, so they made the drawings with the dimensions, what are the dimensions, and with the drawings, and this with the picture of the prototype. And we place the QR code on these modules, with the DIY recipe. And this DIY recipe leads the people to generate these interventions themselves on their own balcony. And they go by step. It's a big board which people can plot and fold in their pocket and go step by step. It's explaining the phases, what you cut and why. There are the drawings with the dimensions and how you approach it with the tools. They are always explaining what you need for your face. And here is the explanation about the material. So I would like to thank you for your attention. It was a rather short presentation, but that's because in the previous session we had long presentation about our project, and I didn't want to repeat myself too much. So thank you for your attention, and if you are interested in our work, please follow our publications on ResearchGate. We also publish there our Gigamaps. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much,